and welcome to Yoga in an Airstream, or Yoga in a Van, Yoga in a tiny apartment. Maybe it's yoga in your hallway. Maybe that's the only place you can find to do yoga. But anyways, I'm Stacy, and I'm going to be leading you guys through just some easy ways to find movement, find your breath wherever you're at. So even if it's in a tiny space, you can still find movement and work your body out and just kind of let go of your day. So we'll go ahead and get started in a comfortable seated position. If you need, you can grab a blanket and sit up on it to help raise your hips a bit. So I'll try to provide modifications for all of you who are joining us, whether you're just beginning yoga or you've never done yoga before. So trying to meet you all wherever you're at. But we'll just find a nice comfortable seated position. So whatever that looks like for you. If the blanket's not your thing, don't use it. Push it aside. But again, find yourself nice and comfortable. Feel free to close your eyes, keep them open, whatever you feel most comfortable doing. Allow the palms to rest wherever they fall most naturally. And then try to find some length in your spine, sitting up nice and tall. Root your sit bones into the ground, into the earth. And then just begin to breathe. Maybe it's the first time all day you've noticed your breath. Just acknowledge how it feels. Notice if it feels light or if it feels a little more constricted, a little harder to get in and out. Just take note of that. Not trying to control it just yet, just letting your breath flow in and out all on its own. In yoga, we call our breath the prana, or the life force. It's what flows in and out of your body, giving all of your cells life. And as we move today, we're going to try to create more space for that breath to flow and enter your areas that feel a little constricted. So creating that space so the breath flows more evenly and more fluidly through the body. As you find your stillness, just take in your surroundings. Notice the sounds. I can hear the Airstream popping from time to time as the temperature changes. Notice the smells. Just notice how your body feels. How do you feel today? Taking a mental scan from the crown of your head all the way down to your toes. And then begin to find some deeper breaths. So breathing in and out through the nose, nice and full. So maybe if you're not there yet, creating that kind of ujjayi breathing or that constricted breath, you can always breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. So just making sure that you're actively sending the breath in and out, finding that control, slowing the mind down. Maybe as you breathe, you also notice that naturally as you breathe in, you find more length. The crown of the head reaches maybe towards the sky. You feel the spine lengthen. And as you exhale, you feel the sit bones, all of gravity kind of sent down towards the earth as you release the breath. And that's something we want to pay attention to as we move today, is just as we inhale, lengthening, and exhale, releasing. So making mental note. We'll take a couple more breaths as we settle in. One more breath here. Good. Feeling nice and relaxed. We're going to switch the leg crossing. So whatever leg you had in front, switch it out. Maybe wiggle side to side. Find some length through the spine. Keeping the palms relaxed. We're going to begin to take some circles with the neck. Nice and slow, nice and gentle. They don't have to be big. Just begin to loosen up the neck area. I know if you are driving a lot, or even those sitting, working in a computer all day, our necks seem to hold a lot of that tension, a lot of stress. So just allowing some movement, allowing the breath to really open that area, open that space up. And just being very mindful. Notice if there's any area that feels a little tighter, a little crunchier. Maybe take a moment and pause in that space. Maybe breathe for 2 breaths there, allowing the breath to release and let go of any tension. And then we'll take it in the opposite direction, balancing out each side. Just going nice and slow. Again, they don't have to be giant circles. They can be nice, controlled, small circles. Bringing that awareness to our body. Focusing on each and every movement. And then we'll come back to center, finding that length in the spine. We're going to take the right arm up towards the sky. The left palm can stay planted. And then you're gently going to place the right palm right alongside by the left ear. So you're not pulling by any means. You're just allowing that palm, that weight of your hand to rest and give a little bit of extra gravitational pull. So you're opening up here on the left side of the neck. Maybe this feels okay. You can stay here, allow the breath, allow the gravitational pull, just begin to gently open the left side. If you want to go deeper, you can extend that left palm over and down towards the ground. So this is where we find ourselves a little confined. Maybe you need to scoot over a bit, but extend that left palm down. Actively reaching towards the earth, again creating that length in the spine, keeping the spine nice and long, and pulling or tucking the abdomen in towards the spine. So active through the abs, keeping the core strong. Just opening up through the side of the neck here, releasing any tension. Let's take 3 full breaths here. Good, last one. You can slowly release the right palm down towards the earth. So both palms are actively pressing down. You're allowing yourself to relax the shoulders. The shoulder blades draw down the spine. And then you're lengthening through the crown of the head. So finding that length through the back. And then we're going to take the left arm, reaching it high, and then gently placing the left palm right alongside the right ear. Again, you can rest your right palm on the knee. Maybe this is enough. Just opening up through the right side of the neck. Again, if you want to go deeper, extend the right arm down towards the ground. Really focusing on the upper back area, the neck, Just creating some space, allowing the breath to just open, release that tension. Let's take 3 full breaths here on this side, balancing out left and right side as always. Good. You can gently release the left palm down towards the ground again, actively drawing those shoulders back and down away from the ears and then pressing down towards the earth. Maybe this time you dome out the palms, so creating little dome fingers, almost as if you're protecting some cupcakes underneath there. Don't steal my cupcakes. Okay, and then sitting up nice and tall, again, just find some movement, shake out the shoulders. We're going to take the arms up overhead, nice and long, breathe in. This time on your exhale, you're going to fold forward nice and easy, hinging from the hips. You want to really keep the back sit bones resting, rooted onto the earth. And then you're just going to walk your fingertips forward, allow the head to rest as far as it can, while still keeping the sit bones rooted. So you really want the length to come from the spine. Naturally folding forward. Maybe extend those fingertips out just a little bit further. Take one more breath here. And then slowly walk the fingertips back in, extend the spine long. And then we're going to extend the legs out in front of us. So take a moment, just shake them out. Maybe wiggle the feet side to side. And then crossing the legs again in the opposite direction or the opposite way. Opposite shin is in front. Sitting up nice and tall. This time we're going to take the palms up overhead, reaching long, finding that length, relax the shoulders. And as you exhale, you're going to release the left palm to the earth as the right arm comes up and over, coming into a gentle seated side bend. So bending at the left elbow, allowing the right arm to come up and over. Bicep should align right alongside the right ear. So opening up through this entire right side of the body, keeping that right hip rooted. A lot of times our right hip's going to want to pull up. Make sure both sit bones are rooted onto the ground. Deep breaths here. Good. One more breath. Nice, deep, full breath. Fill up this area. Fill it all the way up as you breathe in. Exhale, release. Good. Come back to center. Both arms extend high. And then take it to the opposite side. So right palm plants, bend at the right elbow. Left arm reaches up and over. So coming into that side bend, opening up on the left side. So we worked from our neck. Now we're opening up the side body. Just really creating some space in our body so that our breath has more room to enter, more space to bring energy, to bring life force to our cells. Again, you can go deeper here. The more you bend your right elbow, just make sure that left hip stays rooted. Deep, full breaths here. Last breath again, fill up. And exhale, gently come back to center. Both arms extend long. Exhale, draw the palms to your heart center. Anjali Mudra. Opening up through the shoulders. Draw the shoulders back. Really press into the palms so that the elbows point out wide. You can press the thumbs into the heart space. Maybe close the eyes. Take a moment to come back to your breath. That prana, that life force. Maybe take a moment here as you set an intention. Think about something you want to focus on. Maybe it's a goal you want to set for yourself. And then extending the legs out in front of you. Keep the knees bent. Feet plant into the earth. We're going to draw the knees in towards our chest, coming into our boat pose or balasana. Navasana, I'm sorry. Boat pose, Navasana. So drawing the shoulders down and then gently shifting your weight back. Feel the core engage. So a lot of times when we're sitting, I'll take a moment because my abs are going to burn. A lot of times when we're sitting, whether driving in the truck or sitting, hanging out inside in a small space, we hunch over or we put a lot of strain on our backs, creating some posture issues. So what we want to do is really strengthen the core, and Navasana or boat pose will help us to do that. So keeping the shoulders open and wide, begin to draw the knees in towards the chest, shifting the weight back. Just feel the core engage and fire up. Stay with the breath here. The breath's important. Maybe begin to extend the arms out in front of you. You got it. We're here for 3 breaths. Last breath. Good. You can go ahead and release. And then go ahead and shift the knees back behind you. We're going to come into a tabletop position or hands and knees. And just go ahead and shift the weight side to side. We've been sitting for a while, so allow the blood to come back into the hips. Maybe you extend one leg back and then the other, being aware of your space. Making sure all 10 fingers are spread nice and wide. And we're just going to flow through a few rounds of cat and cow. So warming up the spine. Take an inhale, drop the belly, gaze up, pull the shoulders back, opening through the throat. And as you exhale, breathe out, tuck the chin in, round through the spine, press the earth away. Good. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, tuck the chin, round through the spine. So flowing at your own pace, follow your breath. So notice where your breath is at. If you've lost your breath, come back to it and flow through cat and cow for 3 more rounds, going at your own pace. we'll all meet back in tabletop position. And then taking the knees out wide as you can, bringing the big toes together to touch. We're going to come into child's pose, everyone's favorite pose. I mean, besides Shavasana, right? But go ahead and shift the weight back. Take a moment, maybe invite some movement into the hips. It always feels nice to shift the weight side to side. And then as you come onto the forearms, begin to lower down, lower the forehead onto the earth, and then walk the fingertips further out in front of you. Shifting the sit bones onto the heels, shifting that weight back. And allow gravity to do all of the work here. Allow gravity to pull the body closer to the earth with each exhale. You release all tension with each exhale. And just breathe. Slowing down the heart rate. Regulating the blood pressure. Letting go of thoughts. We'll take 2 more breaths here. And last one. Good. Slowly, with ease, coming back into tabletop position. Feel free to shake out the hips, side to side. Now we'll go ahead and shift our weight over onto our sit bones. Extending the legs out in front of you. And then slowly rolling down onto your back. So engage your core here, allow the arms to extend out. And then slowly, one vertebrae at a time, rolling down all the way until you reach the floor. You may be under your table, so maybe shift your weight, shift forward. But taking and planting the feet into the earth, knees pointing up towards the sky. We're going to inhale, take the right leg high. Imagine you're stamping the right sole of the foot into the sky or into the ceiling above. Shoulders stay relaxed on the earth. Keeping the leg extended, pressing the left foot into the ground. So the right foot's reaching up, left foot's pressing down. Then we're going to cross the right ankle over the left knee, coming into a figure 4 position or a modified pigeon pose. So opening up the right hip here, again, just creating some space if you're sitting a lot, especially if you're driving or the passenger, or you're at a desk all day, either one. Pressing that right knee away from the body. And maybe this feels okay. This feels like it's enough of a stretch. You can totally stay here. If you want to go deeper, begin to draw that left knee in towards the chest. So maybe you're interlacing the fingers around the shin. Maybe you're interlacing behind the knee. Wherever you're at today, make sure that the right knee stays pressing away from the body. Shoulders stay on the ground. And breathe. Sending all of that breath, all of that prana into the right hip area. Release the tension. Bring new life, new energy into that space. One more breath here. Good. Slowly release the left foot to the earth. Extend the right leg long, releasing it all the way down to the ground. We'll pause here. And then extend the left leg. Just take a moment to check in. Notice how each side feels. As we create balance on each side, we'll plant the right foot into the earth, knee points towards the ceiling. As you inhale, left leg goes high. So keeping the left leg nice and long, reaching the left sole of the foot up to the earth, or up to the sky, pressing the right foot down. And then on your next exhale, release the left ankle to the right knee, creating that figure 4 position here on the left side. So maybe your left side feels different than your right. You can totally stay here if this feels like it's enough. If you feel like you can go deeper, begin to draw the right knee in. Again, either placing the palms around the shin or behind the knee, just not on top of the knee. And then actively pressing the left knee away from the body. Nice, deep, full breaths. Bringing your attention, your awareness to your breath as it goes in and out. Releasing with each exhale. As they say, we tend to hold a lot of emotions, a lot of unwanted feelings in our hips. Letting go, sending anything that's no longer serving you out with each exhale, with each breath. And then slowly release the right foot to the earth, extend that left leg, and releasing it all the way down to the ground. Extend the right leg as you follow the left. Again, just acknowledge how the body feels. Is there any tension still lingering? Notice how your body feels now versus before you even started. And then extending the arms up overhead, we'll come into one last final pose, our good morning stretch. Extending everything nice and long, maybe rolling through the wrists and the ankles. And then allow yourself to come into that final resting pose, that Shavasana that we've all been waiting for. Snuggle the shoulder blades in, allow the arms to rest by your side, palms face up towards the sky. Allow yourself to receive whatever it is that you need in this moment. Let go of the breath. Allow yourself to fully surrender. Allow the earth below to support the body. You holding on to nothing, allowing everything to fully release. You're welcome to stay in Shavasana for as long as you'd like, until you feel you're ready to move. When you are ready to move, slowly begin to transition yourself onto one side. Allow the head to be supported by your bicep, body supported by the earth below. Allow yourself a few breaths here. And then when you're ready, pressing into the earth with your palm as you rise up, going back into that easy seated pose, Sukhasana. Taking any movements that you need. And then drawing the palms to your heart center, creating that Anjali Mudra. Palms come to your third eye center for clarity of thoughts, to your lips as you speak words of truth, and to your heart as you go and act out of love. The light in me honors and bows to the light in you. Namaste. Thank you all for joining me. I will be here next week with another simple and easy yoga in an Airstream coming at you from Truckee, California. Next week I will probably be in Oregon, somewhere near Portland, and then headed to Bend. So say hi if you're in the area. Reach out to me at Tin Can Adventure, and I will see you guys soon. Thank you. Namaste.